Hello my friends, my name is Tim Johnson. As 2020 gets nearer and this channel approaches 3 years old, it's become very much now about change. It's become about being the strongest person you can possibly be, about setting goals, about achieving them, about growing in every single way, mentally, spiritually, physically. It started off 3 years ago in my recovery from 30 odd years of opiate and alcohol dependency, and a very painful beginning to the channel, if you like, which sort of followed my learning along the way of my recovery and of getting through withdrawal and growing from there really. But the lessons I've learned along the way, I want to share a few of them with you now, because in my opinion, remaining sober and getting stronger is the hardest part of it all really, and finding purpose. And this is what this channel's become about now. And please subscribe, like and share the videos. It just means more people can see them. And if you want to look back at well over 250 videos now and follow my learning, things that work for me, things that haven't worked for me, but a lot of these lessons I want to share with you now are all working for me constantly and will work for you. Because as the title of this video says, difficult doesn't mean impossible. And I've discovered that along the way. And it's not easy. It can be painful. But through pain, I've discovered also comes growth and change. And change isn't comfortable. Whatever age you are, it's never too late to be what you might have been. As Lao Tzu said in the Tao Te Ching, if you let go of what you are, you become what you might be. And that's what change is all about, I've discovered along the way. And these few lessons I want to share with you now are extremely important. And the channel takes this direction now. I mean, I will share videos on sobriety with you, but it's also going to be about getting stronger physically, about diet, about exercise, about mental and physical tricks to get stronger in every single way. What I've discovered along the way, you know, something I didn't realise for so many years, we are responsible for our lives, aren't we? We're responsible for changing our lives. We're responsible for our own happiness and our own joy. There's no one else. We are totally responsible for it. And I, many moons ago, if you like, decided, as the great Emilio Zapata once said, I wanted to die on my feet, not continue to live on my knees, which is what I was doing. I was living on my knees. I was a broken person. I thought it was impossible to get out of the dark pit that I was in. But it's not impossible. It's difficult and it's hard and it can be painful. But whoever you are and whatever your circumstances, it's not impossible. I've never been stronger and happier than I am at this moment. But I continue to grow. I continue to want to grow and continue to want to keep changing and keep evolving. As the great George Bernard Shaw once said, life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. And we are the architect of our lives. We tend to blame all our failures and our bad lives, if you like, or unhappiness and our failings on other people and circumstances. But at the end of the day, there's only us that's responsible for that. Our thoughts and our actions, the only two things that we actually control in our lives. Our thoughts and our actions. We don't have control on anything else. We don't have control of what people think about us, about anything, just our thoughts and our actions. And that's how we recreate ourselves, through hard work and effort and self-discipline. We tend to think of ourselves as immortal. And one of the great realizations that I had along the way was that, we're not immortal. We tend to forget that at the end of the road, and I'm not trying to be depressing here, we're going to die. So we don't live our lives in appreciation, in gratitude, in joy, because we're too busy worrying and thinking about things. But life can be snatched away in a moment, as can our loved ones' lives. You know, at the end of the day, 1 million people don't wake up every morning. When you wake up, open your eyes, smile and say thank you, because you're bloody lucky to be alive and life's a miracle. We tend to think, and live in the past and the future. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, I have nothing to do with the past. I have nothing to do with the future. I live now. And that's another lesson I learned, to live in the moment and appreciate every moment and everything around me with gratitude and joy. And become an optimist instead of a pessimist like I was. I mean, I was always in the dark, never in the light. If I saw a field of roses, I would only see the thorns. But now I see a weed and it's a beautiful wildflower. And that's the attitude I take through life with me. I see the good, or try to see the good. It's a work in progress. I'm not perfect, but I'm 100 million miles perfectly imperfect, if you like. But I do my best every single day, and that's another important lesson to learn. Simply do your best. At the end of the day, if you do your best, then you can't have any self-recriminations or regret. You can only do your best. You can't do any more than that. And if you're happy you've done that on every single occasion, then that's fine, whether you fail or not. It doesn't matter. You've done your best, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day, happiness, I've discovered happiness is a way of travel, not a destination. I used to think, that you had to work your way towards happiness, but joy is to be seen in everything. And it sounds like you see the world through rose-tinted spectacles, but if you program yourself and live in gratitude and be thankful for the small things like a roof over your head and a bite to eat and water running from the tap, which puts you in the top 80, top 10% of people in the world, if you like. It's easy to become grateful and see the joy in everything. Then you live in appreciation and joy. You realise you're not immortal, and it could all be snatched away for you in a moment. So happiness becomes a way of travel and not a place you're working towards. The happiness is always inside you. The joy is within. You've just got to find it. And when I look back, and I know some of you out there will be in addiction, and your lives will be in a mess, if you like. You'll be in dark pits that you think you can't see any daylight at all. And I was like this 3.5, 4 years ago. And it's not easy to get out, but it's down to you to do it. And 2020 approaches, and it's a new year and a new start and a new beginning. And it's time to make those changes. Only you can do it. No one can force you to do it. No one can make you do it. No one can influence you to do it. Only you in your heart know that you're strong enough to do it. Another thing I've discovered is that life begins at the end of your comfort zone. You have to go into discomfort, and no one likes that. Your brain will play tricks on you and try and talk you out of it. But you're going to have to confront some uncomfortable truths about yourself, about other people. You're going to have to face past pain. You're going to have to forgive people. You're going to have to forgive yourself. You're going to have to learn to live a totally new life, if you like. And that can be totally uncomfortable. Any change you make in your life is not comfortable. And you have to face fear and overcome that fear, because people are frightened of change. They like to live in comfort and continue the way they've always continued. Nothing changes if nothing changes. It's simple as that, and it's a home truth you have to tell yourself. And success at the end of the day and moving forward and change is nothing to do with luck. It's about sweat. It's about self-discipline. It's about hard work and effort on yourself. Whether it's diet, whether it's exercise, whether it's mental tricks, whether it's setting small goals and moving forward. It's about sweat. And you tend to find the more you sweat, the luckier you get. It's simple as that. You will achieve more the more work you put in. It's a simple fact. Goals, it's another big lesson I've learned. Small goals, small steps. The oxytocin release when you achieving those goals on a day-to-day basis motivates you, continues you moving forward like a snowball, gathering momentum and getting stronger and better, and the goals become bigger, and as you achieve them, you know, you continue to move forward and grow in every single way. And setting them is the first step to turning the invisible into the visible. Remember that. Goals are really, really important. An opportunity doesn't knock. It presents itself when you break down the door. It's simple as that. It's down to you. As everything is with change, it's down to you. It presents itself when you break down the door. You have to go hunting for it and looking for it. It won't just land in your lap. You know, the more you sweat, the luckier you get. Don't forget that. And the more opportunities will arrive. Finally, I'm always looking for the lesson and the positive in everything now, because I tend to find even a lesson and a positive in pain, whether it's physical, mental or emotional, spiritual pain. As Rumi once said, you know, the cracks is where the light comes in. It's simple as that. You know, it's the pain and the cracks is where the light comes in, and you grow if you confront that pain and face it head on. And it's not easy, and you will be fearful. But if I can do it at near 60 odd years old, you can definitely do it. I was set in my ways for 30 years, living in a darkness, as you'll see if you follow the channel. And it was a choice for me. Change was either a choice of, what did I want more? Did I want to live more, or did I want to die more? And at the end of the day, I chose to live, and I chose to live on my feet. You know, like I say, I choose to die on my feet as well, not live on my knees. I'll never go back to that. I'll never take a step backwards again. And you can achieve all of that. It's possible for anyone watching this. The great Emile Zola once said, if you ask me what I came in this world to do, I'll tell you I came to live out loud. And that's what I intend to do from now on. And that's the direction this channel's going to take from now on. It's going to be about living out loud. It's going to be about being open to everything and attached to nothing, being open-minded, learning lessons. And I'll share with you everything I learn that works for me and everything that doesn't work for me, as I've always done along the way. The channel's always been about honesty and integrity and a truthful account of what is happening to me along the way. So I hope you've got something from that. And that's what's going to be happening from now on, from 2020. Please subscribe, please like the channel. Please share the videos, it just means more people can see them. And as I always say at the end, and the motto of this channel, 2 mottos. Live my life in easy accordance with fate. In other words, take all the ups and downs. You can't control it. Just learn to ride the roller coaster and enjoy it. And the other motto, which is extremely important, is Carpe Diem. Seize the day. Seize every single moment, because life is precious. Life is a miracle. Much love to you all. Thank you for watching this video. Bye-bye.